Roll camera.
Do you ever miss it? Your work? No.
Every single day I wake up and I'm like, I love this job.
Yeah.
You get addicted, like analyzing all the numbers, like from every post, seeing which post gives you more followers.
Advise everybody to have a strong kind of life, look for a strong partner.
Don't be afraid or intimidated by them because they are the ones who make you better. I mean, that's a fact. So, Linda, welcome to Barcelona. We've known you for a while. Camille, a little bit better than I am. She was the one who introduced me to you. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us. We really do appreciate it. But today we're just going to be exploring a little bit your story, you know, how you actually became an influencer, why, what were you doing before that, and so on.
It's about 4 years ago now. I finished my master's degree. Funnily, it was in Barcelona as well. Like I studied here and then I came back home to Germany and I finished my master thesis a bit earlier than expected, like around 2 months. And I already had a contract signed for my next job, my first job after the degree. And it should start in I think October it was, and 2 months before I finished already everything for the master's. So I had a gap of 2 months with nothing to do and also nothing to worry about because I had the job already secured. And after a few days, I noticed I need something to do. I have no hobbies or something. And then I forced my boyfriend to do outfit pictures with me, and we did it super out of fun and just I want something to do, and I always love fashion. I always followed some of the fashion influencers, and so it was a little hobby to kill time during these 2 months. But within these 2 months, I already grew a few thousand followers on this account.
So this is 2020.
2021.
Okay.
Actually, I had to make a new account. I started with 0 followers. Actually, started to post this fashion content, and after just 1 week, my account was banned by Instagram. And I didn't get it back until today. The account still exists, but I cannot access it anymore because Instagram kind of did this impersonating thing.
Your old account.
So I had to start a new one. And this is the one you know now. And I was looking at this account and seeing the 0 up there, and I was like, this is so weird, starting to post here
it's
now
very frightening.
to 0 followers. Frightening, but at the same time, no one knows you, no one can judge you. Because I know when you want to start posting fashion content in the beginning, you think oh, people will judge me. People from my school will see it and be like, oh, is she pretending to be an influencer now? And when you have 0 followers, there's no one who can judge you. So you can post freely whatever you want, and this was a big freedom for me, I feel like. And so these 2 months I just uploaded content there. And so when my job started in, I think it was October 2021, I already had a few thousand followers. So I was super motivated to keep on doing this because I already had some brands reaching out and sending me stuff for free. And it was really exciting for me. And then I kept on doing this on the side to my normal job. And
what's your normal job?
I was business consultant at Ernst & Young. So it was my full-time job then for the next 1.5 years. Because during these 1.5 years, I kept on doing Instagram on the side, and it grew and grew and grew. But with the growth, also the responsibilities and the pressure and especially the performance pressure you put on yourself is growing insanely. The more followers you have, the more you feel like you have to put good stuff out there and satisfy your followers.
Of course. What did you study?
I did a bachelor's in industrial management and master's in economics.
But it must be really crazy to have to, in quotes, give that up because you spent so many years studying this and put so much hard work into it.
I was very afraid to tell my parents about it because my dad is also a
very traditional.
career, traditional career important, and he was very proud when I got a job at Ernst & Young.
I can imagine.
And then telling them I'm quitting to become a fashion influencer was so in the end, like I quit the job, but I was so afraid to tell my parents that I waited until I had my very last day at the job. And on this last day in the evening, I drove to my parents' place to have dinner with them. And then I was like, okay, I have to tell you something. I quit my job and today was my last day. And from tomorrow on, I will be an influencer.
I can just imagine them being like, oh my God.
I mean, they knew that I was doing it on the side for the whole time.
Yeah. So how many months are we talking? How much did you work in this company?
1.5 years.
Ah, okay. So there's still a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I also wanted to have it for my CV. It was really important for me because you never know for how long you'll work as an influencer. Yeah. And it was very important for me that, I mean, I have 2 degrees. It's nice, but I wanted to have some work experience.
Yeah, like a backup plan.
Yeah, in case I decide I don't want to be influencer anymore, I can still like go back to the old company.
Do you ever miss it? Your work?
No.
So you're happy with your decision?
Yes. Like every single day I wake up and I'm like, I love this job.
Yeah, like, that's so nice.
I mean, there are obviously stressful times, but even in the most stressful times, I'm still so grateful to have this job, to have these opportunities to travel, to like work with so many of my dream brands, to work with my boyfriend full time together. Like it's like
who's also here, by the way. He's sitting right next to us.
Like it's a dream. Like I could have never imagined that this would be my life at some point. I always thought I would like climb the career ladder and like start as a like consulting girl and then at some point switch into another industry, but like corporate. Like this was my goal. Climb the corporate ladder and I still think this is a cool and interesting job to work like in corporate. Yeah. But so different from what I do now, and I would have never expected that this would become my path.
Yeah, no, but it's so crazy because it only happened because you were just so efficient in finishing your master's degree earlier or like your thesis. Yeah. And then you just had this free time, and then that's kind of how, like, you know how they say, like, when you slow down and you have really nothing to do, that's where ideas come to you. Yeah. You know, and then you can really listen to yourself and understand what you really want. So you might have unconsciously thought or looked at the influencers online and thought, oh, I wish I could do that. Yeah. But you never maybe had the time.
Yeah, I and also I never thought that you could actually do it now. Like,
yeah, exactly. 2021, you always it's too late.
Yeah. I mean, you always look at these influencers online and you think, oh my God, they have the perfect life. Everything is so glamorous and nice, and it is unreachable for a normal person to become this or to like get to this point in their life and their career. But this is like exactly what happened to me now, and like I still feel like I'm the normal girl who like works at the company, and I don't know, but at some point, I mean, I am still this normal girl, but I don't know. It's just I don't feel like what I thought these influencers would feel like.
Yeah, I know what
this is a very confusing sentence, but like back then I looked at these influencers and I was thought like, oh my God, they have the perfect life. Everything is like super nice and they have nothing to worry about. And now I'm living exactly this, and I'm seeing it's like so much different.
Did you say that you have a perfect life now?
It's difficult. Like I think also you decide how happy you are with certain things and how grateful you are with certain things. And I am extremely grateful and extremely like valuing every single thing that happens in my life, like the positive things. But obviously I still have problems. I still have a perfect career is not giving you a perfect life. You still have like family topics, like friendship topics. Like it's not, you don't have the perfect life just because you have the perfect career. I'm also not saying I have the perfect career. Like you can always get better. And there's always an influencer you look up to and you think like, okay, she has the perfect life. And then maybe at some point you will be this girl, but this girl also has a girl where she says
it's always like that. The grass is always greener somewhere else, you know. Also, like you just said, it's so important to be grateful and be in the moment, because you can get lost so easily and be like next, and you don't really understand that you are where you maybe dreamt one day that you never thought.
Yeah, and this is exactly how I feel. Like, of course, I still have problems in life, and I also find it unfair when people say, oh, she's an influencer. She has no issues in life. Like, no, I obviously have as well.
Yeah. You have a life.
Yes.
Yeah. Still living.
Like, yeah. But I am very, very happy, like where I am now, because I would have never dreamed about being here, doing this as a full-time job, even being able that my boyfriend can quit his job as well to work with me. It's like, it's a dream.
Your boyfriend is the one helping you with your content. So how did that happen? So how long have you been together? How supportive was he in the beginning? Like, tell us everything.
So we are together since almost 6 years now. So we were together before I started content creating. But when I was in this time where I like asked him, hey, can we take outfit pictures? I have nothing to do. He was super supportive from the very beginning. Like when I had the new account with the 0 followers, he was the one who said, okay, but imagine this is the account that's gonna blow up and make you like a big like influencer. And I was like, oh yeah, it would be crazy, but like, no, it's not gonna happen. But this happened. So.
And now how many followers do you have?
995.
Yeah, so almost a mil now.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And you achieved that in just 4 years. So I think this is also such a beautiful thing to witness, because like you just said yourself, if you look back in 21, I would think it's too late, because you think, oh, the market is already oversaturated. But it's not true, you know, like you can literally start anytime and just decide this is what you want to do. And if you put all your efforts and work into it, you can make it happen, you know. So it's not too late for anyone. So if you're thinking that right now, like take her as an example and just fucking go for it. You know?
But this is really what I feel like, and what I also tell everyone who's asking me. It's never too late. And I also think it will never be too late if you're entertaining, or you have a cool style, or you have anything to share, and you are really ambitious about it, then anyone can do it.
Yeah.
And also, some people say, oh, you have to be like crazy beautiful to have a chance to make it. That's also not true.
Yeah, like, because this is not about her at all.
Like, but this is really like, people said this, like, or commented this many times before. And I also feel like this is not true. Like, anyone can do it. Any person, any age, from any like career can make a switch to like do content creation.
I also think one of the reasons why we do this is also because, for example, when you were going to talk with your parents, you were also pretty scared to tell them. So you waited until last minute, so they wouldn't even be able to convince you to not do it, right?
Yeah.
So I think
like, this is my decision.
Yeah, exactly. But there are some out there who are maybe not as strong as you are, who can get overwhelmed with follow their parents' advice. You know what I mean? And I think also when we continue to put light on these things, the parents watching this, if their kid comes one day and says, I want to be an influencer, they should really give them a real chance to explore that, you know, and not be scared, because it is a real career. It is a real job. Like, you're working 24/7. You know, like you said before, if not more than you did in your previous job.
Yeah, it is more now. Because now I also work on the weekends.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's so unfair that it's not recognized. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not actively making content now in this moment, you're probably thinking about your next thing that you're gonna do, you know?
This is one of the biggest downsides, actually, of content creation. You are constantly with your head thinking about the next content opportunity. And when you have a period of low engagement, it really gets to you, and you think about it day and night. What can I do? What can I change? Do I have a cool idea to maybe like get myself out of this like low time? And this is really like giving you a lot of head stress.
Your engagement goes down. Do you ever feel like, oh my God, you know, maybe I will be irrelevant or something like that? Or do you ever feel like you might lose something?
I know exactly what you mean, because I had it in the past, definitely a few times, that you would think you become irrelevant just because the engagement is low right now. But now, after like 4 years of being in this space, I know it's just a period, and it will go over, and then the next period will be like high engagement. And
exactly.
like, it's really hard, because in both, like when you have high engagement, you can be happy, of course, and you are like, it's like a serotonin boost, like but you also have to remind yourself, engagement will not always be this high, and there will come a time where engagement will be lower, and that's also okay. Like both are part of the journey, and it's so super normal. So when I have low engagement, of course it's frustrating, especially when you work really hard for one specific content piece, like putting hours of work in it, and then you post it and it flops, and you're like, oh well, nice.
And then sometimes you post something that you did maybe in 3 seconds and then it blows up.
You can never know. And like a low engagement period does not mean your content is bad. It does not mean you are bad at your job. It literally just means now is a low engagement period, and maybe next month will be a high engagement period.
Exactly.
That's like super okay. And but it was a journey to get this mindset. Like in the beginning, I was very frustrated.
And you're always like watching your numbers and analytics and so on.
You get addicted to it. Like analyzing all the numbers, like from every post, seeing which post gives you more followers. You get addicted to like getting more followers, getting more reach, and it's really bad because it gets to your head so much, and it gives you so much like mental stress.
I think anyone who's dealing with social media can relate to that, you know, like, even if you're like an influencer, a brand or a magazine or an actor, whatever you are, like you're always just watching the numbers and just checking, oh my God, what happened now? Or is it going down? Why is it going down? What am I doing wrong? You know, so how do you deal with having to be online all the time? Like, do you ever feel like you can never take a break?
Yeah. I feel like, because my routine is I post every day on Instagram.
That's crazy.
But I repost a lot of my outfits. Like my content is not super personal about my life. It's more about the fashion and like the outfits area. I like from time to time I do some personal things, but it's definitely more fashion.
Yeah. So it's really a job for you. Not so much like sharing your full life.
I share what I want to share. And I think that this is also a luxury to keep it like this, that I can keep certain things private. But like for me, posting every day, of course I shoot content every week, but I can still like repost old stuff, like old outfits, and like my followers like still like the outfits. And I mean, when you follow an account for the cool outfits and the fashion inspo, then it just makes sense to like post again and again.
Like,
of course. Also repost certain outfits that gave a lot of people inspiration. I feel like that's easy for me, that I can like also reuse old content, but at the same time it's still work every day to post something. And, like sometimes I take a day off like without posting something, but I'm still like on Instagram and like looking what other people are doing.
So how important was it that your boyfriend was very supportive in your journey? Or how much difference do you think it has made in your career now?
I think very big difference. I mean, I don't even know if I would have taken this seriously at some point if he wouldn't like show me the support. And like, he was always my biggest supporter. Like, and when the first brand wrote me and said like, hey, we would send you our face mask in exchange for 20 pounds. Like in the beginning, I didn't know anything about the whole business because it was just a hobby. But he was always super proud and was like, yeah, you see, this is going into the right direction. Keep on doing it. Like, he helped me with everything. And then I had a long period of time where he was also very busy with like studying and job, and then I did most of my content with a friend who was also influencer. We kind of started out at the same time, so we always helped each other shoot everything, and this was for a quite long time. But then jobs for me got like more time intense, and I had to do more. Like everything just got more and more
bigger,
and for her as well. And that's the point where our boyfriends had to step in and help us. So now I'm working almost only with my boyfriend, and it's the same for her. Like we are still like super close friends, but we just don't have the time anymore to help each other with the content, because every one of us has so much work to do for herself that you need a support. Like I was also thinking about hiring an assistant or like someone who can like shoot my content with me, but I feel like it would be so difficult to find someone who I can trust like 100% because it's also a very intimate job. Like I have to change outfits super often, or like
Yeah.
when you are at home, like steaming, or like I don't know, washing
Yeah,
clothes,
yeah.
or I don't know, like everything that belongs to the job. I think most of the things followers don't see that
Yeah.
are also part of this job. I feel like you have to trust the person so much,
Yeah,
and for me,
sure.
this can only be my boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah, or a sister.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
have a sister, so
No, but I can totally understand. Like, it has to be someone who really knows you in and out,
Yeah.
and then they know your angles, they know
Yeah.
everything about you, and they want the best for you.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the most important thing. Like, and I can believe you 100% when you say that his support was what made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because if he had said to you, I don't know, I think you should continue in your path, you know,
Yeah.
you would
Or
have
like,
immediately.
it's a bit cringe.
Yeah,
I would be
exactly.
so-
Oh, I don't want to be in your stupid videos. Like, we hear this a lot, you know?
I
Yeah.
would be so hurt if
Yeah.
my boyfriend said
Yeah,
this.
exactly. And then you would have just been continuing doing your job, and then your dreams would not have come true, you know? So, no, for sure. I think that's boyfriend of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that, you know, he knows that he's appreciated, because I think it's also very important. And also, I think when you are doing something together, you are a team.
Yeah.
So it's important that you let each other know how important you are in this
Yeah.
project. Otherwise, a person can feel left out, and then
Yeah.
you're just there. You know what I mean?
No, I think we are a very good team. Like, for me, it feels perfect and so natural to work together, and we became so efficient, and it has just been a bit over 6 months, I think, that we worked together, and we still, well, like, we already became so good as a team, and I feel
Yeah.
like it even glues us more together.
Yeah,
And I
that's
was
so
obviously
nice.
afraid that we would like fight and argument
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot, but not at all. Like, for me, it's
Yeah, I'm not gonna
it feels it feels very natural for me to work together. And I mean, we are both working towards our dream future, kind of. So we are both having the same goal, and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it just makes sense to me that we are doing it together now.
I also think having a partner who is not like a believer in 9 to 5, or like what do you call it? You know, there are some types that they only think that 9 to 5 is like the thing. Like, they need to climb this career ladder, and then they'd have to be like a CEO and in like a super well-known company, blah blah blah, and that's the only way to get recognition. So you have to have someone who also wants the freedom.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
This was always like, my boyfriend was always saying things like, I rather want to be like happy and have some freedom in my life,
Exactly.
instead of working non-stop and like earning good money but having no free time and no time with my family and my friends. Like, this was always the priority for him. So
now, moving forward, like going back to your journey in terms of becoming who you are today. So tell us a little bit about the projects that you have worked on so far, and which was your favorite, and what's your like dream collab that haven't happened yet?
So a very cool project I recently did was launching my very first collection with the brand Planet Musa.
Okay.
Oh, it's actually from Denmark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Danish brand. And this was really fun because it was the first time for me to actually launch something that I like worked on with the brand together. So this was really fun. But other than that, I didn't do like crazy big projects. I feel like I just do this normal like brand collaborations. Yeah, I have some really good partners that I work with for a long time. Which I'm really
so you
happy
have like a
about.
long-term.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And do you feel, especially when you were starting out, what were the challenges when working together or collaborating with a brand? Like, when it comes to like the financial aspects, the legal aspects, like them reusing your photos, like all this kind of, how did you learn that? Because there's not that many resources out there to teach this.
Yeah, that's very true. And that's exactly why I joined an agency very early, because I feel like they are professionals in this like brand collaboration topic, and they know everything about like contracting. Like, I first had a different agency, which was not that nice. Like, it was okay for the beginning, but when I told them I want to quit my 9 to 5 job to become full-time influencer, I said like, I will have more jobs and like more, I want more out of all of this. Our ways parted because it was not the right agency for this.
They were not ready for the scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I joined my agency where I'm at right now, called Sesame Agency, and they're based in Berlin, and I'm very happy with them.
Okay.
I have an amazing manager. I love her, and she's doing such a good job. And
What's her name?
Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny,
Right.
if you see
Hi,
this.
Jenny.
And Maxi as well. Yeah, I have a team of 2 managers,
Okay.
and they are doing an amazing job. And I also really, really, really trust them, and I think that's so important. Like if we get an offer from a brand, and no matter how high it is, when Jenny tells me I have a bad gut feeling with this brand, that I'm not sure if it's like image wise, if it's the right decision, I trust her 100%. If she says it makes no sense for me and for my strategic direction, then I trust her, then I say no.
That's amazing. So to have someone who actually cares for you and not just the financial aspect of it.
Yeah, no, like I trust her 100%.
Yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, because we do hear stories where like influencers are working with agencies, but they just feel like it's like different entities. You're supposed to be like this, you know, with your agency.
You know, there are a lot of sketchy agencies out there. Like, when I talk with other influencers, I hear a lot of stories of like agencies, like charging more of the money, like not paying the influencer the cut that they should get, like keeping in more of the money. I don't know the English word for this, but
like the margins.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, let's say an influencer is watching this and they have not yet joined an agency. What would you recommend them? What is a good agency or what is a bad agency? How do you even get to that point?
I think one rule of thumb, when they tell you you can't have access to your own email inbox.
Yeah, inbox.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
Like, you should see which emails are coming in. Like, it's fine when you don't read every single email that your manager is writing with the brand, because sometimes for one campaign they write like 50 emails. And I don't want to read all of this. Like, that's
but
why
you want
I
to
have
know. You want to be like aware.
But I want to know what's going on in general. I want to know when I get an email. And there are some agencies where there is no transparency, and influencers cannot see which brands are writing them. And this is for me the biggest red flag. In general, when you are looking for an agency and you are already a bit in this influencer space and know some other girls being in agencies, what I did was asking them, how are your experiences with this agency? Would you recommend it? Would you like should I talk with them, or do you know another agency that's maybe better? Because I feel like influencers under each other are very honest with this. And like, when I asked some other influencers, they for example told me like, no, don't join this agency. You will not get any jobs. They will not do anything. They don't answer your emails on time. Like, then this is how you can like dodge a bullet.
Okay, so word of mouth, basically, getting references from your
and I
community.
also often get asked from other influencers if I'm happy with my agency, and then I also tell them very honestly what's good, what's bad. But what I also think, in the end, the most important thing is which manager you have. Like, you can have the best agency in the world, when the person who is actively managing your inbox and your collaborations and your contracts, when this person is doing a bad job, then the whole agency is bad for you.
Exactly, because that person is representing both you and the agency. Okay,
or if they write rude to the clients. I also heard this, that you never see the emails that they are writing, and then at some point, like, I got this told from another girl, at some point she saw the emails her manager is writing, and her manager was super rude to the clients. And I feel like I would never want someone to speak in my name with the client and be rude to anyone. Like, I would be so mad.
No, I can also imagine, like, for example, you can imagine how many people agencies write to us and how many we write back or we reach out to. So if we reach out to someone on the behalf of an influencer and then they write back to us in a rude way, I'm not thinking about this person, I'm thinking about the influencer. You know what I mean? You're automatically associated with that because, like, they represent you. So it makes you question, okay, if she's letting these people represent her, he or she, whatever, then you already have those associations. That's your first impression. You know, so that's a really good advice, to be careful with who you let represent you. And in terms of your future, now that we've talked about your past and your present, where are you planning to go?
Like, I still I love my job and what I do now, so I will definitely keep on doing this for a while. But I think at some point I have to lower the amount of work, because what I'm doing now is at the moment working fine for me, but I also plan on having a family at some point.
Of course.
Like, I cannot imagine being pregnant and doing this much work, what I'm doing now. So I know at some point I'm gonna like lower the amount of work.
Yeah.
I would also love to found something at some point. If Instagram at some point is not working well anymore for me, then I would have like a second business, which would be nice. But I don't have an idea what I want to found. Like, I feel like a fashion brand, there are so many,
but they're not. Okay, look, I see where you're coming from, but there are also so many influencers, right? Then why did Camille follow you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was presented to you through her because she was following you, right?
Yeah.
So then she chose you out of all these influencers to follow you because for you. So you can say there are many fashion brands, but there will be people who are gonna, want to buy your clothes because of you. So.
Yeah. But with everything I do, I want to do it very, very good. And I feel like I need an idea for something which has not been there before, or has not been there in this quality before. And if I launch a brand or anything, it has to be really good for me. Like, this is what I want from myself, what I expect from myself. So I don't want to push out just the next fashion brand just to make some money out of it.
I respect that.
This is not how I want this to work for me in the future. Like, if I found something, I want it to be really good, and I want it to be also sustainable for the future. Like, not a brand which goes bankrupt after 2 years, or which loses relevance after 2 years. And also, I think the smartest thing in my opinion, that the brand is not too much connected with myself, with my face, because then it will only work when I'm putting in a lot of work.
Like Road, for example. It's so connected to him.
Or like Jerv Avenue. I feel like without Matilda as the face, it would not work.
Or Gizou.
And all these brands. I mean, these are like
amazing
brands, but like very successful brands, but I feel like they only work this well because they have the face of the person, and I don't know if I want that.
No, because the challenge with that is, like I was just saying before, it's people follow you for you. So if you put out something, they want to support you and they want to kind of like have a piece of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like when your brand is so based on like myself or my face or whatever, then when I would become irrelevant, my brand would also become irrelevant, and then the logic of having a second business does not apply.
I see what you mean.
When you have a brand which works on its own, then I could also take a break from Instagram, for example. Just imagine if I would get a child, maybe I would take a year like off to be there for my family, and then it would be nice if you have a brand that works without me being the face and the hustler in this.
Don't imagine your social media following your journey of becoming a mother, for example. There's so many influencers who put out this content as soon as they become a mother, for example.
I mean, I would keep on posting my outfits, but I would not post my child. Definitely not. So I don't know if I would be a momfluencer at some point. I feel like to be a momfluencer, you have to show your baby, and I would not want that. And
why? I'm just curious, because me neither.
There are so many weirdos out there, and I mean, I get really weird DMs of really weird people.
What's the weirdest DM that you have gotten? That really freaked you out?
I can't even tell. I mean, I had to put the setting on Instagram that accounts that I'm not following cannot send me pictures anymore. And I think this says everything you need to know. And also with AI and everything, it's so scary. I would not want anyone to have a picture of my child and like do crazy stuff with it. Yesterday, a girl wrote me, she saw an outfit picture of me that I posted, and she said, "Oh my God, I saw Shein used your picture on their website." And I think this happens a lot. And I also see this happens to so many other influencers, so that's not crazy. But then she sent me the link for the the product, and it was in fact my outfit picture, but with a different head. Like they AI edited a different.
So it was your photo, but with a different.
It was me from the neck down, but the head they changed with AI, and I was suddenly Asian. I mean, the picture looked very cute, but it's not me. But somehow it was me. Like,
That's crazy.
So I'm really annoyed by this whole AI thing. What the hell, mom? Why did you do this?
No, I at least want to wait until they're 18 and then they can decide what they want to do.
Exactly.
No,
but I mean, you can still be a cool mom with like a nice fashion sense and like showing your followers how you are handling being a mom while also like running this business, like being a fashion addict,
of course,
but without showing your child.
No, I
it's
can totally
enough
see
that they know I have a child.
Yeah, exactly. But also I can totally see you like, you know, when you have your belly and then you do different outfits, like these kind of things. But
this
actually
would be cute,
exposing, I think that would be really cute. I see that already. Imagine there is a girl watching you right now, girl, guy, whoever, and they're dreaming of becoming influencer. They're watching you and thinking, I want to have her, like not your life, but you know, I want to be an influencer like her because they really admire you. What advice would you give them?
It sounds so simple when I say it, but it's just start, because you will only get better when you start putting content out there and learning. Like when I looked at the content I posted in the beginning, it was really bad in comparison to now. But still, some people followed me for this content, and you get better over time. And like collect your inspo, for example, on Pinterest. Like save the things that entertain you or that inspire you, and think about what makes this so inspirational for me and how can I kind of recreate something. Like I don't say copy, I say recreate. I think there's a big difference. But look what the other influencers that you like, how they are posting, like what do they have that make them successful, and try to find your own way to do this. Just start. Because I think many people are too afraid to even start, and then nothing can happen. But when you just start and then you get first feedback on your posting, and even if it's bad, it doesn't care. Like you can improve, get better, see what what stuff do my followers want to see, what performs bad, what performs good, and then good things you can like work on this and go in this direction and like evolve. All a learning process. I'm even after 4 years, I'm still learning so much every month. With every collaboration,
or something new.
You are always learning, and it makes sense because the algorithms also are changing all the time. So you always keep on.
You need to stay on top of everything. The only thing I would add to that is being yourself. You know, because like when I seen your photo and so on, and now that I see you in real life, you're exactly the same person. You know what I mean?
And
but I think that's really important to just be yourself, because again, the people that I follow them for who they are, you know, or at least who I think they are, you know, and then you hope when you meet them in real life that they are the same person, you know, because I think in every career or relationship or whatever it is that you are showing yourself or showing up as, if you are fake, then you're gonna have to reveal yourself at some point. And it must be so difficult to try to be something that you're not. You know what I mean? So like if you're gonna start like by being yourself, because then you're not acting, you're just being who you are. You know?
I feel like people who are not their real self on social media, they cannot become like really successful, because at some point the illusion will break.
For sure.
So it just makes sense to be yourself. And
save
nothing
yourself.
to add to this actually.
Just save yourself in advance. You know. And then also I was watching this reel the other day where it said like the only way how you can perform competition is by being yourself. Because there's no one in the world that is you. So why would you even try to be someone else? Because then you're competing with that person because you're trying to be that person, you know? So I think like being yourself is the most important.
And also when you constantly kind of copy another person, at some point people will notice. Like it may
We've seen a lot of those.
It may work for a while, for the beginning. It may help you like build a start, like get a start in this whole
Yeah.
business. But at some point, people will notice once you get a following and an audience, they will see the other person that you are copying, and they will be like, looks too familiar.
Yeah.
And I've seen this so much in the industry, and you can only make it with authenticity and like originality. Sorry,
No,
my English got really
it's okay.
frozen.
Not only with influencers, but I've also noticed that, like what we talked about yesterday, like with models too. You have like this really model that just became famous, and then suddenly everyone else trying to look like her. But what's the point? You know, like then you're just a copy of, like you're not the original. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want to be the original? Like I want to be myself. So I am me and no one can be me, you know? That's my superpower. We just want to hear from your perspective how it has been. Oh my God, you guys look alike. What? You have the exact same eyes. Yeah.
Let's take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment.
It's not as an insult.
No, but you know how they say, like, the couples that are perfect, they usually look alike, you know? Anyway, so
we same person.
Yeah, no, it's really bad because her clothes fit me as well, so I always go into her closet to get my clothes there.
Yeah, but that's very nice. It's like a bonus. So would you like to explain to our whoever is watching your experience watching her grow, and then you being like a huge support to that? Like when you heard her say like you made a huge difference in her life or in her career.
So nice.
How does that make you feel?
It's really nice to hear that, like to be so appreciated in this, because of course Linda is always in the spotlight in this whole thing. So it's nice to be like noticed in the background and to see that the things that I put into it also work. So it's really nice.
Yeah, I think it's really important because, like you just said, like she's there, but then without your support, she wouldn't be able to do that because it does require like a village. In your case, you're her whole village. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And without that, it's super difficult to do that.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to like work as a team so close together and like spend we're basically spending every single hour of every day together. Like we wake up together, we work together, then we even go to like Pilates classes together. Like I feel like we're really morphing into the same person. So we have to watch out about it. But but I feel like when you have like this right person, then it's just like flows perfectly. So I don't know if I would give this out as like a tip for everybody, because I think everybody's different. But if you cannot work out with your partner this closely, maybe it's not like, I don't want to say that it's a wrong partner, but I feel like you have to be able to like challenge some things together, because I feel like our relationship also grew exponentially with all of the time and all of the work that we put into her account. So
I would agree with what you just said. Like I'm the type of person that if I care about someone, I can be around them 24/7.
Yeah,
I want to. You know what I mean? So if you are with someone and you're maybe not so happy, maybe you should question your relationship.
Maybe,
like, no offense, but I think it's important, you know, that you can hang out and like actually enjoy. Like for example, in my life right now, it's my sister. You know, and I could literally like spend 24/7 and even more just with her. Like we talk nonstop. Like our conversations never end. Like you wake up and you just continue.
Yeah, like every night is like a pillow party, or how do you call it? Like sleepover.
Yeah, exactly. It's your favorite person. So, okay, so what advice would you give others who might be in your position right now or trying to be?
I think it's really hard, but I would like to every male or every guy out there who's looking for someone to do this with, like look for strong personalities. Like I cannot imagine like looking for a woman that is like I don't know, like this typical tradwife kind of thing. Like I don't want to go into like bash tradwife influencers because we all know that it's a lot of work to put this into, but to be like this traditional value thing, I don't think that it works in our day and time. So I would advise everybody to like, if you want to have a strong kind of life, look for a strong partner.
Yeah,
like.
I could not agree more. You know, I think that was it.
Yeah, so surround yourself with strong women. Like that's the motto.
I love that. I love that. And don't be afraid or intimidated by them, because they are the ones who make you better. I mean, that's a fact. You know, you challenge each other and you want the best for each other, because if you win, she's winning. If she wins, you're winning. There's no competition there. Like you're just growing as two people together, you know? So
Preach.
Amazing. So good job, girl. So we're really excited to follow you guys, and like as a team, you know, and see where you go and support you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. This is so great. So you know, it's for a reason.
Living my best life for myself, not for any man.
I've had my good times again. Anyway, it's not just